What's up everyone? Today we are reviewing the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the plot. The Super Mario Galaxy movie follows Mario, Luigi, and Peach venturing into space to stop Bowser Jr. from using the kidnapped Rosalina to fuel a universe-destroying cannon. Bowser Jr. seeks to unshrink his imprisoned father, Bowser, creating a cosmic adventure featuring Yoshi, the Comet Observatory, and the Honey Hive Galaxy, exploring themes of family and discovery. The plot heavily features Bowser Jr.'s devotion to his father and explores Peach's own past, revealing her as the long-lost sister to Rosalina. So for most critics and reviewers, they only have one rating, right? Which I feel like sometimes gets confusing when they might give a piece of art such a critical rating, whereas subjectively you might love the art. So for me in this channel, I'm gonna always give you two ratings, with one rating being the professional critic rating and the second one being my personal casual rating, which is most likely going to be higher than the critic one, because obviously if you love someone and even though it's not as good on paper, you're still gonna love it and give it a higher rating. So for this movie in particular, for the professional critic rating, I'm giving this,
let the dogs out, you know, like, who let the dogs out, who brought this guy along?
Yes, Alan, we are ready to let the dogs out. Hey, congrats.
Thank you.
a 6 out of 10. I'm just giving you guys straight up. This movie, from a critical standpoint, is a 6 out of 10. But for my personal casual rating, I'm giving this a...
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 because I did enjoy this movie from a personal standpoint. Now for the pros, I have to obviously give this to the sound design, because as you're watching a movie, you might notice sometimes in the background they have all these sounds going off, and I just thought this was top quality in regards to the sound design of this movie, whether if it was objects or character interactions. I just thought everything about this movie sounded great. Now my second pro is the animation style variety, because as you're watching this movie, you'll realize that they have so many video game sequences and references, including different combat styles. So I just thought this movie was very entertaining in regards to the visual style that they chose to go with. And my final pro is another obvious, but it's the variety of characters that they had in this movie and the universes. Everything about this movie was so vast and diverse, including that end credit scene with a new character that will be in the third movie, which I'm also excited about. Now as for the cons, this one, there's only a few cons in my opinion, and it's the obvious once again, which is the storyline. I feel like this movie had way too many storylines going on at once to focus on one dramatic storyline. There was just no main emotional plot center point, because although you had different characters and pairs that had an emotional viewpoint, the movie got split into different directions where you can't really focus on one and give all your emotions to one character. And this all could be due to the length of the film, which is my second con, because this movie is short and it ends so abruptly, and I feel like we all hate when movies end like that out of nowhere. It's just such cheap storytelling, especially in regards to this new world of franchises we live in, where you know they're gonna just make another one and another one and another one. But I just would hope they would just make each franchise movie its own movie, and therefore it has a beginning, middle, and end, not just a random cliffhanger like it's a freaking soap opera. Now to talk to you guys about my favorite scenes of this movie, and keep in mind this is a spoiler-free review, so don't worry about any spoilers, but as you're watching this movie, there is a scene where they're at a casino, and I thought this was so cool visually how they were able to like do different angles of the casino, and then this big fight broke out. But I just thought the environment was so cool to look at. My second favorite scene is this, it was like a video game sequence where they had the fireballs, and it just takes you right back to the video games. And then my third favorite scene, and this is in no particular order, but there's a scene with the dinosaur, and then there's baby Mario and baby Luigi, and I just thought that was like the cutest thing. And for someone that specifically grew up with Mario Kart Double Dash, those two characters are hilarious, the baby Mario and baby Luigi. And then you have Yoshi on top of that, which makes this whole movie. Now speaking of Yoshi, my favorite characters in this movie has to go to Yoshi. He is the cutest thing ever, and he is the coolest thing ever.
Yoshi!
Come on!
So some dinosaur just shows up and he's now part of the group.
The second is Bowser Jr., and it's all because of the voice actor. I thought he did a great job. And yeah, because he just displayed so much emotion in regards to aggression, but also purpose behind it with how he's trying to save his father. So I just thought that was so cool how he displayed this character on screen for the first time. And my third favorite character, I would have to give it to the Lumas, which is all the stars of Rosalina. Like, they were like the cutest things ever, and they viewed her as mother, I believe. Yeah, like that was Rosalina is their mom. And since the mom got kidnapped, like all the stars just, you could tell like they were so hurt and all they wanted to do was find their mom. So I just thought the voice acting was the cutest thing ever. They stole the show as well, including Yoshi. Those two made this movie. Now to end this review with a few fun facts. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's over 70 Easter eggs from the Mario franchise. Now, obviously, some of these Easter eggs are part of the universe, so therefore, like a mushroom, I also agree, is not technically an Easter egg, but some people will count it as that. And if you pay close attention to just every scene, there's always something going on in the background. The second fun fact I have here is, if you didn't know, this is from a video game that was released in 2007 and is the 9th best-selling Wii game worldwide with sales over 12 million. And my third fun fact is that the former Nintendo of America social media marketing director, Kit Ellis, claims that the only reason Star Fox appeared in the Mario Galaxy movie is because Illumination is trying to claim the film rights to as many Nintendo IP as possible after Sony Pictures beat them to the upcoming Zelda movie. So that right there I did find interesting, because I do think as a fan they are leading up to like a Super Smash Bros. Movie where they're going to have all these different iconic characters from different franchises come together, such as a Marvel Cinematic Universe. So with this illumination style, with this animation style, I think it's going to be such a fun ride to watch all this unfold. And so far, I think they're off to a great start. This movie in particular is not as good as the first movie because I felt like it lacked the story, but visually they're still on like a great projection to just keep that consistency of animation. And as for voice acting, I did hate Chris Pratt, just to go on a little rant in the first one, but I feel like in this one he did a little better. So let me know down in the comments, like, what are some of the voice actors that you enjoyed the most or didn't like the most. Let me know some of your favorite characters, some of your pros, some of your cons, and let me know your rating as well, because remember, I give this a 6 out of 10 critically, but personally, casually, I give this an 8 out of 10. So your boy, 8 out of 10 for me. I'm okay, I'm happy with it. I will most likely buy this on Blu-ray or 4K, and I'm very excited for the next one. So if you enjoyed this review and you want more fun reviews from movies, please subscribe, like, and comment on this video, and I will see you guys in the next review.